new album dropped on Friday. Exodus, your 20th album. You're saying it's your final album. We'll get to that in a second, but just um, tell me about the timing for the album. Talk to me about the album.
When I finish an album, when I finish Genesis, I don't have a day to start writing.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the songs come in, they come in.
Okay.
And usually there's not that much time that passes before another song comes, almost to the point to where you're like, man, if I'd have had this before I put that out, but if I think that way, I'll never put out a record. At some point you have to finish it and put it out. And then the other songs, you just have to figure out where you're going to put them. So I would say probably over the last year and a half, 2 years, these songs have come in. And the interesting part was that the original thing I was going to do was sort of, I said this in interviews, I was going to do an hour of lovemaking music. So you put it on and it would be 1 hour that you could just leave it on. And in the midst of it, I said, you know what? I'm not sure I want to do this like this anymore. My wife and I have been, running around the world and doing shows and just trying to figure out what we want to do with our lives. And I decided in the middle of that thinking that, maybe this next one, I should put everything I have into that and make number 20 the last one. And then let's figure out what the next adventure is going to be together as we move forward. And then the other day, she found this quote that said, I want to be defined not by what I do, but what makes me happy. So we're just going to do whatever makes us happy moving forward. And if that means we wake up and we go live in, Paris for a month or 3 months, that's what we're going to do without the strictures of having to deal with a schedule and promotion. Not that this isn't fun, but, and then we'll see what happens after that. I mean, I'm reserving the right, like MJ, maybe I'll come out of retirement, but it's not really retirement because I'm still going to work. I'm still going to do shows. I'm still going to write songs. It's just, it's time to take a step back and sort of, look at all my options from a different view.
Right. Now the album feels like a love letter to your wife, man. I don't know if that was the intention, but listening to it just feels like you're telling her how you feel on just about every track.
Every song that I've written since we met has been a love letter to her. There hasn't been any other subject to talk about but her. The way she makes me feel every day, the things that we do every day. Something as simple as watching her doing her makeup at the sink is a song, man, every day. And it blows my mind that she is an endless source of inspiration. And, giving myself to her, I'm not the focal point of my own life. And it's the happiest I've ever been. I just want to wake up. What's going to make you happy, baby? Are you happy? What else can I do? And then in turn, she does the same thing. We are around a lot of couples who never touch, who never talk to one another unless it has something to do with the kids or else it has something to do with something else. And we can't be without each other for 2 minutes in the same house. We had some folks over last night and, I see her across the counter and I just want to go and touch on her. I can't keep my hands off her. It's just, that's how we are.
You've been in the industry so long, man. We got to touch on just a little bit of your career. You seem to be the happiest you've been. I've talked to you a few times, but this seems to be the happiest you've been. But what period of your career would you say was something you look back on and you still cherish today?
It's now. It's now because the person I'm sharing my life with, she is everything. If I knew that she was coming when I was 42, I would have only concentrated on my career. I wouldn't have done anything else. Matter of fact, I don't even remember doing anything else. I only remember back to the day that we met and everything that moves forward. I know I had success. I know that when we sing, those songs from back in that day, it's almost like they're not mine. I really, really love this time, this 8 years of my life, because it's been the best 8 years. I can't say that any of that earlier success made me happy.
Right.
It was, I really looked at it like this is my job. I don't look at it like that anymore. It's a part of my life, but it's not the focal point of my life. My wife and my family are. So yeah, it's now for sure.
Nice. I know you said it, being the final album doesn't mean it's the final album. What are your plans? What are your hopes? Are you able to even plan right now for the future?
No, I'm excited about the idea of not knowing for the first time in my life. Not knowing that, you know, a record's going to come and not knowing, you know, what's going to happen. It allows you to bring those things that are near and dear to you closer and hold on to them, you know, more dearly, because we really don't know. Like, we're getting so much disinformation about so many things right now
Right.
that all you can really control is your own environment.
Right.
And, you know, having my family here and having us all together has been, you know, the silver lining in the cloud of everything that's happening, because all you want to do is protect those people that you care the most about. Unfortunately, I can't do that for the whole world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it for me and mine, and hopefully people will see that they can do that for theirs, and then we'll have a better world all the way around.